Rajgir is a city and a notified area in Nalanda district in the Indian state of Bihar. The city of Rajgir was the first capital of the Kingdom of Magadha, a state that would eventually evolve into the Mauryan Empire. Its date of origin is unknown, although ceramics dating to about 1000 BC have been found in the city. This area is also notable in Buddhism and Jainism as one of the favorite places for Mahavira and Gautama Buddha, and the well-known Atanatiya conference was held at Vulture's peak mountain. Rajgir is connected to Patna via Bakhtiarpur by rail and road. Bakhtiarpur lies midway between Patna and Mokameh. Road access is by NH 38 to Bakhtiarpur and NH 31 towards south to reach Bihar Sharif. From Mokameh NH 31 to Bihar Sharif. From there, NH 82 will lead to Rajgir. Rajgir is around 100 kilometers from both Patna and Mokameh. It is located in a green valley surrounded by rocky hills, Rajgir Hills. Indian Railways run trains directly from Rajgir to New Delhi, Shramjeevi Express. History: the name Rajgir came from Rajgir, to the first ear house of the king or royal house, or the word Rajgir might have its origin in its plain literal meaning, royal mountain. It was the ancient capital city of the Magadha kings until the 5th century BC, when King Udayin, son of Ajatashatru, moved the capital to Patliputra. In those days, it was called Rajgir, which translates as the home of royalty. The epic Mahabharata calls it Jaya of Rajya and recount the story of its king, Jarasandha, and his battle with the Pandava brothers and their allies Krishna. Jarasandha, who hailed from this place, had been defeated by Krishna 17 times. The 18th time Krishna left the battlefield without fighting. Because of this, Krishna is also called NH. Mahabharata recounts a wrestling match between Bhima and Jarasandha, the then king of Magadha. Jarasandha was invincible as his body could rejoin any dismembered limbs. According to the legend, Bhima split Jarasandha into two and threw the two halves facing opposite to each other so that they could not join. There is a famous Jarasandha's Akara. It is also mentioned in Buddhist and Jain scriptures, which give a series of place names, but without geographical context. The attempt to locate these places is based largely on reference to them and to other locations in the works of Chinese Buddhist pilgrims, particularly Faxian and Xuanzang. It is on the basis of Xuanzang in particular that the site is divided into Old and New Rajgir. The former lies within a valley and is surrounded by low-lying hills, Rajgir Hills. It is defined by an earthen embankment, with which is associated the outer fortification, a complex of cyclopean walls that runs along the crest of the hills. New Rajgir is defined by another, larger, embankment outside the northern entrance of the valley and next to the modern town. It is sacred to the memory of the founders of both the religions, Buddhism and Jainism, and associated with both the historical Buddha and Mahavira. It was here that Gautama Buddha spent several months meditating and preaching at Gridrakita. He also delivered some of his famous sermons and initiated King Bimbisara of Magadha and countless others to Buddhism. On one of the hills is the Saptapani cave, where the first Buddhist council was held under the leadership of Mahakassapa. Lord Mahavira spent 14 years of his life at Rajgir and Nalanda, spending chaturmas at a single place in Rajgir and the rest in the places in the vicinity. It was the capital of his favourite Shaisya king Shranik. Thus Rajgir is a very important religious place for Jains also. Rajgir is also famous for its association with Haryanka dynasty kings Bimbisara and Ajatashatru. Ajatashatru kept his father Bimsara in captivity here. The sources do not agree which of the Buddha's royal contemporaries, Bimbisara and Ajatashatru, was responsible for its construction. Ajatashatru is also credited with moving the capital to Patliputra. Geography and climate: the city was in a valley surrounded by 7 hills, Valipara, Ratna, Sela, Sona, Udaya, Katha, and Vipula. Rajgir has also developed as a health and winter resort due to its warm water ponds. These baths are said to contain some medicinal properties that help in the cure of many skin diseases. The Saptapani Cave is also the source of the Rajgir hot water springs that have curative properties and are sacred to the Hindus, Buddhists and Jains. Another attraction of the region is the ropeway that leads uphill to the Vishwashanti Stupa, Makhdamkund and monasteries built by Japanese devotees of the Buddha on top of the Ratnagiri hills. Temperature, maximum 40 degrees Celsius, minimum 20 degrees Celsius. Winter, maximum 28 degrees Celsius, minimum 6 degrees Celsius. Rainfall, 1,860 mm, dry warm season, October to March. Tourism, historically, Rajgir has been a very important place, as capital to many empires. Main tourist attractions include the ancient city walls from Ajatashatru's period, the Bambaisas Jail, Jurasim Zakhara, Gridakita Hill, Sonarbandara Cave and the Jain temples on the Five Peaks. Rajgir is famous for its hot water springs, locally known as Brahmakund, a sacred place for Hindus. Another major attraction is the Peace Pagoda, Vishwashanti Stupa, built in 1969, one of the 80 peace pagodas in the world, to spread the message of peace and non-violence. The ropeway that leads to it is another attraction. The Japanese temple is beside the Vanuvana. Vanuvana is an artificial forest, where one can enjoy eternal peace, and meditate. And famous Makhdamkund. Sri Ramakrishna Math is a non-political spiritual organization which have been engaged in various forms of humanitarians, social service activities. The Math has one guest house and it runs on donations given by the guests. Contact Know of the Math, 06112-255297, 07857028009. Rajgir Heritage Museum is another place of interest, recently inaugurated by CM Nitish Kumar. Demographics: as of the 2011 India census, Rajgir had a population of 41,587. Males constitute 53% of the population and females 47%. Rajgir has an average literacy rate of 52%, lower than the national average of 59.5%. Male literacy is 61%, and female literacy is 41%. In Rajgir, 19% of the population is under 6 years of age. But now the literacy average of Rajgir is about 70%. Transportation and hotels: Bihar State Tourism Development Corporation provides travel facility from state capital Patna to visit Bodh Circuit, Jain Circuit and Sikh Circuit in Bihar. Also, corporation owns hotels and circuit house at respective tourist places. These hotels are available for tourists at very reasonable price. Air: the nearest is Gaya International Airport, Gaya, which is 78 kilometers, which is connected to international destinations like Bangkok, Colombo, etc. Another airport is at Patna, 101 kilometers. Air India, Indigo, Jet Airways and Go Air connect Patna to Kolkata, Bengaluru, Mumbai, Delhi, Ranchi and Lucknow. Rail: Rajgir railway station connects the city to other parts of country, yet the nearest convenient railhead is at Gaya, 78 kilometers. The Bakhtiarpur-Tileria line provides improved rail connectivity to many places. Road: Rajgir is connected by road to Patna, 110 kilometers, Nalanda, 12 kilometers, Gaya, 78 kilometers, Puri, 38 kilometers, Bihar Sharif, 25 kilometers, etc. Bus: regular buses are available from all the above said points to Rajgir. Local transport, taxis and buses and tongas are available. Sports: Nalanda International Cricket Stadium is a proposed cricket stadium in the city. In 2013, it was announced by the Chief Minister of Bihar Nitish Kumar that an international cricket stadium will be constructed at Rajgir in Bihar's Nalanda district. After completion, the stadium will home of Bihar cricket team. Picture gallery. See also, Atanatiya Sutta, Rajgir Morosov, Bardakundalaksa. References. External links: Rajgir travel guide from Wiki Voyage, Entry on Rajagaha in the Buddhist Dictionary of Pali proper names, description of Rajagriha by the Chinese pilgrim monk Faxian, description of Vulture Peak by the Chinese pilgrim monk Faxian, description of Venavana Monastery and Piyala and Sratapana caves by the Chinese pilgrim monk Faxian, suttas spoken by Gautama Buddha concerning Rajagaha, Asla Sutta, to the clothless ascetic, Samma plus or minus a Phala Sutta, the fruits of the contemplative life, Bihar State Tourism Development Corporation, RAJGIR.